Hello, traders. It is Tuesday, March 24th, and we are about 3 hours into trading. We've got the market in a bullish trend today. You can see here's a 5-minute chart of the SPY. We had a nice compression in here, popped a little bit, had to compress again. Constant bid checks earlier in the day to make sure that that bid was there, to make sure that buyers are still there. And then now we are in a very gradual upward sloping channel. This is a bullish trend day. As soon as we knew that this bid was going to hold through the first hour of trading, we knew that we were likely to move higher. Market's been extremely oversold. We've been looking for any signs of hope. Finally, we've got a really deep drop here yesterday. We came down and tested a moving average that I've not referred to before. You probably saw it in my video yesterday, the 100-month moving average. I've never even used the 100-month moving average, but you can see the market just touching on that level yesterday, just a couple points off of it. Wish it would have hit it because I had a buy order in there to try and buy the SPY at 216. We fell just a couple points short, but if you read my market morning comments, then you know that we're long a half position of SPY for swing trading. I view this as a longer term swing trading investment. So there will be lots of drops between now and the end of the year. I'm looking for those to happen primarily over the course of the next 3 months while the economy starts getting back on track. So we can expect that we're going to take some heat on this position somewhere along the line, but I don't want to miss the upside. I think this is a really good entry point. You know that because I've been telling you to sell out of the money bullish put spreads. Holy cow! How about that stock I showed you this morning before the open? I posted a video on YouTube for the public 2 hours before the open. I said ZS showed you how I found the stock in 2 minutes using Option Stalker. So easy. Stock opens at 58.50. I hope some of you bought that stock. It's currently at about 68.50. Excuse me, 63.50. That is a $5 plus win. If you bought 1,000 shares, that's $5,000 you made on this trade this morning. I'm not telling you after the fact. I posted the video on YouTube 2 hours before the open. This stock is hot and it's running. I hope you took advantage of it. If nothing else, know that you should subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on your notifications. I never know when I'm going to post these videos. If you do that, you'll always be on board because you'll know when a new video has been posted. Sometimes at night, 10 o'clock at night, I might be flipping charts and I might see something I like. You know what? I think I'll do a YouTube video. And I post it. If you don't turn on your notifications, if you don't subscribe to the YouTube channel, you're going to miss great trades like this. I promise you that every single video is going to have some great trading ideas in it, and it's going to have a ton of education. So what did we learn today? Today we learned that the market is starting to form a bid. We've seen some price compression over the course of the last 2 or 3 days. Now, wait a minute, Pete. What are you talking about price compression here? The market's been down, down, down every day. Yes, but the range every day has been tighter and tighter and tighter. And that's a sign that a bid is starting to form. We've got some decent news on the coronavirus. The number of new deaths in Italy has been down 2 days in a row. That's good. Number of new cases in Italy has been down 2 days in a row. Italy is one of the hardest hit countries by the coronavirus, so that's excellent. Now, this took about 43 days to run its course, and it's still going to be there, and it's still going to be an issue. We are probably 14 days from that apex here in the United States. Exactly that same time frame hit South Korea. They are now seeing decreased levels of coronavirus. So I feel that in 2 weeks, we're going to be looking at the coronavirus and starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel. We're going to be getting in hydroxychloroquine. We're going to be getting in Z-Pak. President Trump has asked that to be mass produced and distributed to hospitals so that patients can use it. Clinical trials very positive on it. I see the virus aspect of what's been happening subsiding within about a week to 2 weeks. And I believe that the market bid is going to be growing. The Fed and the government are throwing everything at this. They do not want this to turn into a financial crisis. And I don't believe it's going to. If you take a look at China, China is opening back up the Hubei province where all of this started. They're opening it back up. I've got a friend in China. He's telling me that everybody's getting back to work very, very quickly. Restaurants are open. Everything is getting back on track very quickly. So we have to look at China as a possible litmus test of what might be happening. Yes, they believe that their GDP in Q1 is going to decline by 10%. Europe came out this morning with flash PMIs in the low 30s. That's a horrendous number. We can expect the same type of thing to happen here in the US. What else would you expect? The roads are empty. The restaurants are empty. The parking lots at malls are empty. Everybody's staying home. They're doing what they need to do. So we can expect an immediate collapse in economic conditions. But if we ride this out for another week or two, I think things are going to step back to normal pretty quickly. I'm thinking by mid-May, we're already getting back to work. We're starting to see the economy gradually recover. Probably by late fall, we start to really hit our stride again and things kind of get back to normal. So a lot of ifs in that, but that's how I see things playing out based on what has already happened in other countries that have gone through this issue before us. This is going to have a dramatic economic impact. There'll probably be some companies that go out of business, but the government's going to do everything that it can to bridge this period for businesses and for consumers. So, deep breath. I think the worst is almost over. I'm nibbling. I'm starting to sell out of the money bullish put spreads on really strong stocks. I'm selling naked puts, in fact, to take advantage of these high implied volatilities. I've been doing it for over a week. You've heard it from me. And let's take a look at that VXX and see what it's doing. We'll go back into the 5-minute chart on the S&P 500. Again, this is a bullish trend day. You can draw your upward sloping trend line here. I think it's going to be a nice positive day with a close close to its high of the day. So we'll see. You draw your upward sloping trend line. If that trend line is breached, then you know you got to take profits on some of your long positions. I don't think that this is an issue as far as being able to get long. I think there are going to be a lot of bounces along the bottom. There's going to be one initial surge off the bottom that'll be very good, and then there will be some higher lows that are established over the course of the next few months. So there will be opportunities to get long, and I think that this is one area where you can scale into a long position, maybe allocate. I've advised if you're a swing trader that's in cash, which we have been in cash for the last 2 months, yes, this is a time to deploy some cash, take a half position in SPY. Know that you might take some heat on it, but overall, 4 or 5 months from now, we'll look back and go, man, was that a good buy? That's how I see it unfolding. So anyway, let's see if we can find a few stocks that look good today. I don't think that you need to rush in on anything that's breaking out to a new high immediately. What you need to do on a strong stock like that is you need to be bidding for it. Put a bid in and see if you can buy it. ZS is pulling back. This is the kind of stock that you want to be bidding for. So you can draw an upward sloping trend line right here. How do I do that? Well, if I want to get long ZS, I click on that bar and I click on that bar, and if I get an alert pop up right in the middle of my platform, it'll go, oh, hey, ZS is actually pulling back. Might be worth looking at. Once it comes in and I get that alert, then I draw a downward sloping trend line above these highs. Watch how I do that. I'll click this one. And then I'll click this one. Now I've got a downward sloping trend line. So once I get the alert that I might be interested in the stock because it's pulled back off of the high, then this trend line will tell me when it breaks back to the upside, and then I know that I might have a trading opportunity. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see a couple of long red bars here forming on the SPY, so we're seeing a little bit of selling pressure. Wonderful. I love that. Well, why are you getting so excited about that? Well, first of all, I don't have any positions on. Second of all, I'll go right into my relative strength 30 search. This is going to tell me stocks that have displayed relative strength over the course of the last 30 minutes. When the market is pulling back and pulling back like this, I want to use this search and I want to see the candidates in it because these are the stocks that are holding up while the market is doing this. That's also why I like to have this chart up, which is my primary chart, which loads all these symbols when I click on it, and I can tick for tick watch what the stock is doing relative to the S&P 500. S&P 500 down, stock ticking higher. Yeah, baby, that's going to be one that I want to buy. That's how we day trade. So let's go in and take a look at what this search does. And we'll take a look at maybe a couple of others. You can see the strength there. There's the relative strength. Going to see if I can find anything that looks attractive. That's a big mover there. Big sell-off. This is nice. I like that. Rally, pullback, rally, breakout to a new high. Yes, I like this. DRI. That's a restaurant stock. McDonald's also restaurant stock. These are going to move based on the economy getting back on its feet fairly quickly. So McDonald's also looking pretty good. McDonald's also does a lot of takeout business. McDonald's also has exposure in China. If you know of companies that have exposure to China, they're going to recover first. Those are the companies that you want to look at. In fact, let's bring up one that I know has exposure to China and it's food related, YUMC. This is Yum Brands China. Kentucky Fried Chicken China. I think this stock could really go. They start reopening restaurants. Yeah, heck yeah. Take a look at that daily chart. It's real choppy on a daily basis, back and forth. But I think that this stock could get back on track. Let's zoom out. Yeah, it's a choppy stock. I don't see any need to really be in something like this. But I did notice Starbucks moving higher earlier today. And I believe that has more to do with China than it does the US because China is going to start reopening and they've got a lot of stores in China. Let's put up those major moving averages. They're way out of play. And let's take a look at Starbucks today. Oh, yeah, nice. Breakout to a new high of the day. Relative strength. Market pulling back. What's Starbucks doing while the market pulls back? Boom, 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 boom. Higher, higher, higher. Gee, I think the market's going to bounce. I wonder if I can find a good stock to buy. Yeah, this would be one that you want to buy for exactly that reason. And we could sit here and we can watch it for the next 10 minutes, but we're not going to. If I get a pop in the market in the S&P 500, this stock is going to go higher. So that's all we have to wait for is we camp out on a stock like this, we watch it, we find 3 or 4 or 5 of them, we wait for the market to come in, we wait for it to find support. As soon as it does so, we get in these stocks. Market ticks a little bit higher, they take off. We have our limit orders working to sell the stock higher. We get filled. Boom, boom, boom. Profits all the way up. We're back in cash. Repeat. That's how we day trade. So let's take a look at some other stocks that might be setting up. Dunkin' actually was another one I noticed this morning, another good restaurant stock. Look at that baby run. Yeah, that looks really nice. Okay, Dunkin' was strong yesterday. We noticed it. The banks have been super strong. I could go through and click all these lists, but I've already gone through and looked for strong stocks today. The banking sector looks great. So you see a nice rally like this. You got your pullback here, long red candle. We'd like to get back above that open right in here. If it does, and the market starts to find support, Goldman Sachs will move higher. STT was another one that I traded, made some money on that. You can see that nice steady climb higher in here. You want to buy those dips. You want this longer term M5 uptrend line preserved. That was a nice one. MS, Morgan Stanley, also looked good. Another good banking stock. See, now one thing you've got to be careful of is when you've got an upward sloping trend line like this and you can draw a channel, there would be the lower end of the channel. There's the upper end of the channel. Let's do a little education here. So I'm going to click on a trend tool so that you can see this. And I'm going to draw the upper end of that channel right there. And I'm going to draw the lower end of the channel here. And let me click on that. I don't think I clicked on that properly. I'm going to click here and we'll draw the line like that. It's not a perfect channel, but it's pretty dang close. My point is that when you have an upward sloping channel like this and you get a breakout above the upper edge of it, you know that pretty soon it won't take more than probably 6 to 10 bars, sometimes not even that long, before you start getting a retracement back into the channel. Oftentimes you'll see it take out the lower end of that channel. So you do not want to be buying. This is a buying climax. This is kind of a classic day trading setup. When you see these, then you want to do that, and you want to wait for that pullback, and you want to wait for a longer high, or excuse me, a lower high, and then you know you've got a good shorting opportunity. But otherwise, I think that this stock, MS, is probably going to be a good buy. It just got to work off some of that excess buying. It got ahead of itself. So you want to see it come in here, start to form support, have some tails under body. Let's put up that 1 OSI indicator. You want the orange line to be above 0. And as long as you have that, then you know you're going to start seeing some relative strength. Gee, Pete, it's below 0. Right. That means we don't buy yet. That means that it is weak relative to the market. And you can see the S&P 500 coming in right here. Lots of red candles. That also means we don't buy it. What do? We keep flipping through stocks with relative strength. We keep getting our wish list together. That's how we do it. So now we keep taking a look. Let's see what else is possibly holding up well. Yeah, BURL, that looks good. Burlington Coat, Visa, look at how strong this is. So you got a nice market pullback here. Long red candle. This is problematic actually from the long side. You don't want to be long in here right now. We've pulled back a decent distance from the high of the day. And normally you would want to stay very, very tight up to that high. You can pull back a little bit. These 2 bars were not too bad, but then you want to see stabilization and another relative high. This long red candle tells me that we could be in a little bit of trouble. Let's go back to that chart, see what the market is doing currently. So you've got this upward sloping trend line right here that was just breached. And let's draw that in. I'm not going to use the alert line because it was breached. If I use the alert line, actually we're right on it. So it is still preserved. And if I wanted to, I could use an alert here, draw the alert, and as soon as that alert line is breached, I get a pop-up. So that support needs to hold right in here. We'd like to see it grind higher, but I'm suspecting that with my 1OP indicator having a bearish cross in here, we may see a lower high double top, and we could see a little bit of a pullback in the afternoon. So time to be cautious. Great time to evaluate stocks with strength. Let's keep going. So V looked excellent. We got this pullback in the market right here. What's that stock doing? It's holding its own. Does that mean I buy V right now? No. No, we need to see this resolved. We need to know that the market wants to head higher, that it's not going to reverse and sell off. But V looks really good, and it might even be good on a swing trading basis. A lot of great swing trades setting up right now. Long tails under body. We get this 1 bar here from Monday, which Monday was a very nasty day. And now we're starting to get this long green candle. V looks excellent. ZS has breached below the trend line. All right, let's take a look at that. That was the alert that I set earlier. And you can see this upward sloping trend line was breached. So what was the theory behind this again? ZS has been very, very strong. I'd like to buy a pullback. Please let me know when I have that pullback. I draw an upward sloping trend line. Boom. I know that I got my pullback. Now's when I start drawing that downward sloping trend line. That line is going to extend, and the further out it goes, eventually it's going to poke back up above that downward sloping trend line. Then I get to evaluate the stock, and I see if I still like getting long that stock. Then I have an opportunity that's presented to me. I don't even have to go looking for it. It pops up and it tells me when it's ready to go. So these alert lines are very, very useful during the course of the day. So I'm going to keep going through, keep looking. Oh, look at that. That is definitely a big breakout on that stock. PXD, I like it. I've liked it for a while. I think energy is going to rebound quite quickly, and I think that the oil prices are going to start rising. You've got a nice low in here and the steady grind higher. And look at that relative strength on a daily basis for PXD. It gets through this price level, it's going to start filling in that gap. Well, gee, how do I know if that happens? Well, you click GTC because that means a good till cancel alert line. I double click on this opening price right here. When it gets through that price, it doesn't matter if it's a day or a week or a month from now, I'm going to know, and I'm going to know that PXD is ready to fill in that gap, and I'm going to get an alert right in the middle of Option Stalker. That's how we do it. So let me find you another stock or two. I've given you a number of them. MS, I like. Letter V, Visa, I like it. PXD, I think, will set up well longer term. CTXS, choppy. Choppy. I do like the business model in here. GoToWebinar should do well as businesses have to do more online conferencing. You're getting some of the really deeply hard sold companies like Marriott, Carnival Cruise Lines, all the airlines starting to bounce. I think they're going to have some woes for quite a while. So they're great for day trading. I don't like them so much for swing trading. I think they've still got some pain ahead and at least a bottoming process. PANW, beautiful. Look at this. Nice, gorgeous compression. Look at what it did when the market pulled back. This stock wants to go. This is like a rolling or a boiling pot that's ready to just explode higher. I like it. Do I need to buy it now? Heck no. Let's make sure the market wants to go higher first. But yeah, this would definitely be on my wish list. Let's keep taking a look. These are all stocks with relative strength. This is exactly what we do. Market pullback, awesome. Let's see what's on the shopping list right now. This is kind of nice here. Why? I like that. Downward sloping trend line breach to the upside. You've got a higher low, double bottom here. This opening gap higher has been preserved. You can see the market pulling back, but the stock has been able to move higher. Yes, this stock probably wants to go higher. Well, I don't want this to be a 45-minute video. That's the process that we go through. We use Option Stalker to find these trades. I showed you if you're a swing trader, we've got all the searches that you need for swing trading. Pop Bull is fantastic. Buy into earnings, fantastic. Strong after earnings. When we get into earnings season, these are money makers right here. Pop Bull, fantastic. You want to do your own searches? Pull up the search matrix, just like I did this morning. Ran a quick search, had stocks all over the place. ZS came up. What a pick. It's easy to do. Only took me 2 minutes. So please give Option Stalker a try. There's a free 2-week trial. Won't cost you anything. Go to www.oneoption.com. If you like this content, please give it a thumbs up. By all means, subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on your notifications. Don't miss these videos because I'm always going to have some great trade ideas in there. See you tomorrow. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.